Good day to all. We began this week with the great feast of St. Francis. And in the gospel, the challenge is that we constantly be created anew. And that was certainly one of the great challenges that Francis undertook. He was called to create the church anew. Each one of us is called daily to be created anew, to forgive the mistakes of yesterday, to stop worrying about the future, and do the best we can to enjoy the gift of the present moment. I found our readings very challenging today, Wednesday of the 27th week of Ordinary Time. Most challenging is that first reading from Jonah. Jonah is greatly disturbed. He's overwhelmed by his anger. It's so much so that he wants to die. He's angry that God did not wipe away all the people of Nineveh for their sins. He's angry that God is so merciful and forgiving. Then God challenges Jonah, asking him, "Do you have reason to be so angry?" What a great challenge. Very interesting. Perhaps this gives us a great reflection to hear God say to each one of us, do you have reason to be so angry? Why are you so greatly displeased? Maybe we need to ask ourselves when we feel greatly displeased, what is it that we are so displeased about? Let me just suggest that it often might be because we don't get our own way. We want life to happen the way we believe it should happen, and it seldom does. We want a perfect world, and it isn't. It's a messy world. It's a scarred world. It's a sinful world. Once we accept that, life can be more peaceful for all of us. Once we lower our expectations and accept the human condition, not become passive, certainly work to make things better as much as we possibly can, but realizing that nothing and no one will ever be perfect. But using our energy to make things better, the energy of anger, that's what anger is, it's an energy, rather than allowing it to destroy ourselves or destroy others. Maybe then there will be more peace in our hearts and more peace in our world. As we celebrated St. Francis, we celebrate that great prayer of his, make me a channel of your peace, an instrument of your peace. The challenge for all of us is not to be instruments of anger, because life isn't fair, because life is so messy. But we have to realize it's a graced messiness. In the midst of all the messiness and the unfairness of life, God's grace is at work. I think we all know there's so much anger and hostility all around us with so many people. We see it every day. Each one of us, I think, is called to struggle to be less angry with one another, more accepting and more compassionate. And perhaps that's one way we can change the world. So let us all pray together as we celebrate the feast of St. Francis. Make me an instrument of your peace, O Lord. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Have a wonderful week as we just begin this month of October.